Comme Dima a déjà dit, je vais faire cette session en anglais. Je vais faire mon possible de ne pas aller trop vite. Si j'allais trop vite, ben, tu peux me calmer, parce que voilà, tu m'as un signal, s'il vous plaît. Ben, good afternoon, everybody. I'm very, very happy to be here, just to share my experience with you. My name is Hassan Fadili, just from Morocco, living in the Netherlands. Welcome. From Morocco, living in the Netherlands, and just working as freelance lead architect and Physio Studio RM consultant. I'm MVP as well, Microsoft Volleyball Professional. This is just an award that you get from Microsoft when you are very busy with your job or just for a community effort. So that's now I have that hour for 3 years successfully. That means that we are working together with product team of Physio Studio RM and product team of Team Foundation Server at moment, just from Redmond in the United States.
Précision, ALM, c'est Application Lifecycle Management.
So that's just about my personality. What we do just from the MVP program is working together with project team, as I have already mentioned. So what we do near that is we're creating a lot of guidance, a lot of additional tools, open source guidance, open source tools, just that can be found on Codeplex. Do you know Codeplex.com? www.codeplex.com. Just check the URL and you will find any information you need about that. That are the guidance we do together, just with other MVPs from all over the world and with the Team Foundation Server and Physio Studio RM team. Okay? Just to have the customers to do their work the right way, according to the guidance and according to the tools that they need to do their job. So, that's about the technical stuff and the job. But all we do that based on some process. As you know, all we do that based on Scrum process. Scrum is one of the methodologies, like other methodologies like MSF Agile or MSF for CMMI or maybe Rational Unified Process, that are all processes. But what we do inside Microsoft and inside the MVP program is just everything we do for Physio Studio RM Arrangers. We do that according to the Scrum process. I will tell you more about that later in the session. Good. So that is about the technical stuff, but my personality is more than that. I'm not only busy with technical stuff and with a job, I'm also doing some relaxing stuff. In the case of I'm a referee, soccer referee in the Netherlands for the youth teams. L'arbitre. Voilà. Then also soccer trainer or soccer coach, also for youth people in the Netherlands. That is just some relaxing stuff for me after a day work or after day sessions and that kind of stuff, just to be relaxed. That's why I combine all this stuff. And this, I do that absolutely with a pleasure. Good. The agenda of today. So, the first thing we have to do is I will take you all about the overview of Physio Studio RM, just to mention what it is, what can it be for me as company, and what are the benefits from that in order to use it inside my company. That's what you want to do. Then if you have questions about that, please don't hesitate to ask them. And if you have some specific points that you have to cover them, just let me know. Okay? Then I will cover the other parts of the slide as you see, but it's something we have to do later. There is additional slide. So, Visual Studio RM, that is Visual Studio Application Lifecycle Management, is not something new. It is absolutely an old term and an old concept. And that's not only for Microsoft, it is also for other companies, you know? But what Microsoft did in 2005, now in 2008, because at that time frame, Microsoft was starting with that perspective, they brought all the tools together that will help you as company or as project team to do your job the right way. So, where now we use a lot of other 30-party tools or systems to build our project. Maybe if you do some Java development or some Microsoft development, you could say Java development. Maybe you use Eclipse for development. Maybe you use cruise control for your build management, maybe use another project management system in order to make your plans, project plans, and maybe use another test systems from Poland, for instance, or other companies, but that are not all together, that are not integrated all together. You do that part of work there, and that other part on the other side. That is not matched and it is not integrated together. What Visual Studio Island from Microsoft do is just combine all the functionality just in one integrated environment and to do the right, just because the traceability is the key. Traceability is the key. From the product management until deployment to the customer. That's what we're going to do. All steps or all pieces of code that will be done from the beginning to the end, you can trace that. You can combine it, absolutely. But I will show you later in the day. Okay? So, we have project managers or stakeholders in the room? Do we have it? It's good. Okay. So, okay. We work inside projects, and we know the business, they have some idea. The business, they have some idea, they will realize a product or a project. But they are absolutely not aware about what that means, technical stuff. So to help them, okay, they have some idea, but we have to realize that from our technical stuff. Okay? So to do that, we have to do that in a way that will be cover us the quality. We have to do to deliver good quality projects. That's what we want. Okay, and we have to do that according to some architecture and using some tools that will help everyone from his role or her role to do his own job. Okay, talking about Visual Studio Island, when everything I share with you today and everything I share with you is just based on Visual Studio Island 2010, because we have 28 and 25, but I'm not talking about it. Where needed to give some comparison, I will do, but if it is not needed, I will just focusing on 2010 reviews. Okay, so when we are talking about Visual Studio application lifecycle management, we are talking in 2010 release about 3 things. Keep it in mind, 3 things. The first one is what we see, the Team Foundation server, which is the server side of the product. And the server side of the product that contains other parts, which are project management, work item tracking, version control, test case management, build automation, and reports. Okay? Because we know the management, they like reports for the project, just to share some experience and just to see how my project is evolving in timeline, and to see if we are now busy or we have to take another actions in order to get the project really on time. That's what we want. Okay? That's about the server side. All the pieces you see here, you will see them absolutely in the game. Okay? And that all the pieces you see here are based on SQL Server 2008 or 2008 ER2 database. Because the SQL Server database is the heart of the Team Foundation server. Okay? Then, we see the process template. Team Foundation server, now, but from now I will tell you just TFS. Team Foundation server is process-based. That means Team Foundation server, if you want to do that inside your company, you have to adopt some process. Out of the box, we have already 2 process templates. Just for software development, we have MC for Agile, process template, but we have also MC for CMMI, just for process improvement. As company X, my company needs CMM level 3 or 4. That means that that company have a lot of work done in order to professionalize their jobs or their services. Okay? But we are now talking about the project development. That means that maybe we have to use the MSF Agile process template, maybe another processes, because Microsoft last year, the 1st of June, Microsoft has also made a template available, which is Microsoft Visual Studio Scrum 1.0. Just Microsoft, you might also use Scrum templates right now. Then there are a lot of process templates you can use. For instance, Rational Unified Process, or either Conchaco or Scrum for TFS. That are all downloadable versions of templates from the internet. Okay? Then we see here, I told you we have 3 parts. The first part is the server side. The second part is the client side. That are the Visual Studio editions you use to do your job from your role. Okay? We see now, this is by the way the old picture of it, but I will show you the new one in a few seconds. The architecture, development, test, and test essentials. That are different Visual Studio editions you can get from Microsoft when you have some MSDN license or MSDN subscription just to do your job as well, which with the needed edition of Visual Studio. So, then we have something that we call web access. Web access is just a web interface that gives the people, please hear me good, that gives the people outside your project, because we are now with 5 or 10 or maybe 20 persons working on the same project, but we have our stakeholders, our customers outside of our project, but they have to be informed, they have to follow the progress of our project. To make that available for that kind of persons, we have what we mean web access. Just via web URL, they can see the documentation of the project. They can maybe get some release from us that they are testing right now. They found some bugs and they want to put the bugs on the Team Foundation server in order to be available for us. Via web access, we can do it absolutely. I will show you how we do it. Then we have the Team Explorer. The Team Explorer is just a client component which gives you the ability from your client, from your Visual Studio Edition, to get the connection to the Team Foundation server, just to pick up your codes, just to do your check-in, your check-out, and that kind of stuff. As well, I will show you that. Then we have another places inside it, in case of SharePoint. Do we have SharePoint development people in SharePoint? Good. SharePoint. As company, maybe you have already done some SharePoint development in your company. Maybe you have some MOS or something like that, Microsoft Office SharePoint server, or maybe you are just using SharePoint services. That's okay. When you are busy with the Team Foundation server configuration and administration, if you have that already done, you can just assign that to Team Foundation server, and you will absolutely still available to use what you already used with no effort. The integration is absolutely made. We have something like Office. Office in the terms of Microsoft project, of Microsoft Excel, or Microsoft Word, that are all Office terms. As well, that kind of tools are integrated with Team Foundation server. Because of the roles we saw in the beginning, by the way, for project managers, the preferable tools for project managers are, I think, MS Project and Excel, isn't it? It is. Okay, they are integrated with Team Foundation server. You can do your stuff from Excel or from MS Project. You can publish that into Team Foundation server, and you can do that the other way as well. I will show you that. Okay, so then we have the third part, which is the log management. Log management in terms of the testing. Inside our project, we have to test. We deliver a project, but that have to be tested before we deliver to our customers, because we are now here to develop the quality code. We have to deliver the quality software. To do that, you have to test it first. So the log management, just a few things to keep in mind about that, is just a virtual environment. When we're talking about virtualization, it is just a virtual environment where you can create another virtual environment with different configurations. That one is Windows XP, or that one is Windows 7, or Windows 2008, 2003, just more configurations. That one have Internet Explorer 8, that one have Firefox, or Mozilla, or Chrome, or something like that. All available configurations. You can make that inside the log management with different virtual machines in order to test your software against different configurations. That's why log management works. Okay? And the log management is working together with the test tool from the client side. And it is well integrated as well with Team Foundation server. Does it make sense? Okay. Then we have the last part there, which is the extensibility. Of course, as I told you already, ALM, or Application Lifecycle Management, is not new. It's absolutely not only for Microsoft. That's why there is something from Microsoft anyway in this case, which is the extensibility. It means the object model the object model of the team foundation server is available for everyone who wants to code against it. It is available. You can do that just from your preferable language, C# or maybe.NET or whatever, or just for some APIs from Java. You can absolutely make your code with extensibility purposes in order to make another additional things that are not available in team foundation server, like other tools or something like that. There are a lot of companies that use that in order to build some systems just to give more value for the use of the team foundation server. That's why Microsoft have made the object model of team foundation server available for them in case of extensibility. Right? Good. I promised you this is the new slide about the stadium. We are now talking about Visual Studio Ultimate, which is the higher one, and Visual Studio Premium, Professional, and we are talking about the Test Professional. The Test Professional is something that is delivered in 2010 release, because it is totally from scratch, but based on WPF technology, and that works together from Team Professional, that works together with Lab Manager, which is something I will show you later in the presentation. And it is both of them are absolutely integrated with Team Foundation server. Right? Okay. Do you have questions right now? If I tell you what is Visual Studio RM, what are the 3 points you keep in mind? Who of you? So, si on parle de Visual Studio RM Application Lifecycle Management, il y a 3 points qu'on peut prendre. Server-side, c'est ça. Le serveur. On a le client-side, c'est ça. Les différentes versions de Visual Studio. Et on a la troisième partie, c'est Lab Management, qu'on peut utiliser pour notre test preparation. OK? Good. As I already mentioned, we do that based on some process. We use processes, it can be Scrum, it can be MSF Agile, in order to use Visual Studio RM to interact with that. As we see, from process, we begin with planning of the project. Then we do some design, maybe first analysis of the idea that exists by the business, and that will be realized. That must be first well described, that are the requirements, that will be more well described. Then when the requirements are done, it will be designed. That is just the translation of the functional things to technical stuff. Okay? And we're not talking about design, I'm just talking about the architecture, how the architecture of your projects will be, and how, which diagrams, maybe if we're talking in the terms of UML. Huh? You know about UML? Yeah? Okay. Then that are the different diagrams you can create from UML in order to show the architecture of your project. Then if it is done, if it is well approved, it can be delivered to the product team or to the development team in order to code it. Okay? And when it is done, maybe we need some database or some database under the project. We can as well mark the consistency and the choices of our database we have to use. And when everything is done, that must be tested there in this area. And when test is good, which is not always the case, because we find bugs, it will be fixed again, it will be retested, and okay. And at the last stage, when it is good, then it will be deployed based on their management. Okay? So, and if it is deployed, then it's deployed to the customer. They can deploy that on a test environment or a pre-production environment or stage environment, or maybe in a production environment. That's how we do that inside. Right? So, the first thing I have to do now is to begin with the first thing from the process. If I go back, I'll begin here from the plane. For it to start, please correct me if I'm wrong. We will start the project. The first thing we have to do is we make a project plan. We have the idea. Before that, we have the idea from the business. They will realize something. They will have some product. I will have a car. Okay, make a car for me. Okay, that's what the business say. But there are dozens and dozens, maybe millions of types of cars. Which kind of car do you prefer? The customer don't know about that. You have just an idea, build a car for me, that's it. But when we get sessions, just brainstorm sessions with the customer to get what are their idea about how they think about the car. Maybe they need a car with 3 wheels or 4 wheels or maybe one or some magical stuff, I don't know what. Just to get the right idea from them, we have to realize many brainstorm sessions, just to get idea from them. Okay? When the idea is clear, which is analyzed, then we have to do design. I would like to see, when we do some design, please, because we are now in the stage that we are not testing at the last moment. No. The context of Visual Studio Online is everyone in the project and project team is needed. Everyone. Not, okay, you are architect, you are more important than the developer or than the test. No, we are all the same. Okay? That is the idea for Visual Studio Online. That means the project manager is just busy with making his project plan. Okay? Maybe if we use in Agile, we have to deliver many iterations. But if we use Scrum, we have to deliver many sprints. Okay? When that is defined, and we know which functionality you have to deliver in each sprint or in each iteration, okay, based on the process, then we know, okay, for that sprint, we have 3 weeks to go. And inside the 3 weeks, we have to deliver a functional part of that. Okay? But we have to work all together to realize that. Okay? And when we are talking about Scrum, that's what I'm doing, you have to do it in a way that you control what you are doing. Because one of the concepts and one of the terms of Scrum is keep it simple. You make sprints. One sprint can vary between 2 weeks to 3 weeks. That's the length of your sprint. And inside 2 or 3 weeks, you have to deliver some functionality. Okay? But Scrum has some principal stuff. Daily Scrum or stand-ups. Stand-ups that are daily meetings, just short meetings, max 15 minutes, that we are together, maybe at the beginning of the day or just before lunch, with the whole project team, where there are 3 principal questions. What did you do the last sprint, the last stand-up meeting? What will you do today? Are there some dependencies in your work? Or maybe are there some dependencies with someone other of the team? Are you waiting for someone? Are you blocked right now, or just you can go in? That are the 3 questions you ask in every stand-up meeting. Okay? There is absolutely no need for discussion. If you have a problem or something like that, that's why I advise people to do the stand-up meetings just before lunch. Because if there are some problems or there are some complications and you want to talk about that, then after the stand-up meeting, we have the lunch, then we can talk freely about that. We can discuss that. We have every time, which is not the time of the project. Hey, how efficient you are. Okay? That's why I prefer that one. Okay? But that means you have absolutely another problems. Because maybe someone needs some support from the other one. Maybe someone is busy with a function, but he has absolutely no clue how to solve that or something like that. That may be possible. We have to discuss that. And what I advise as well is we do stand-up meetings every day of 15 minutes max, but we do once in a week, one meeting of 1 hour or 1 hour and a half just to discuss all the problems we have, or just to give it a new ideas. Maybe there are some modifications from the customer. That's it. That's something you have to do. Everyone has to be informed about the project progress. Right? Okay. Then I told you when the designer is busy with making his technical documentation, he must absolutely work together with the tester, which is doing testing there. Absolutely. And when he makes something, he is busy with the method of his design, but the tester at the same time must create his test cases or test scenarios based on the design. Okay? If there is some change here, he or she must absolutely be informed about that. Because everything he do or everything she do, it must be absolutely compatible with the design right now. Because when this one is ready, it will be got to the development team, and development team have to code based on the requirements that are described here. Okay? Then when it is done, we give it to the test. The testers, the test team have to test against the test cases that they have developed based on the design. And if everything is good, then we can deploy the application. Okay? There is nothing strange, then that there will be some modification here. He or she doesn't know about it. He has a new situation. He or she has an old situation. The development team that gets requirements from the designers, they are building the requirements right because this is the new situation. But when they deliver the software to the testers and the testers, they are testing against the old situation, we have a problem. There's a problem of consistency. Then we are stuck. And it will be very, very difficult to migrate right away. And it costs a lot of money. There is nothing better than to be clear and to be efficient from the beginning. I would like to see a problem or a change or something like that in this stage or in this stage than there. When I say there, I have to roll everything up. It's too expensive. Right? Okay.